remember, do as I say, not as I do. Hello everybody, I'm Roadblock, and this is a Raid Shadow Legends video. Just want to remind you guys that a lot of what I do on this channel is for content, and while I'm not making the big YouTube money, right, I do make money off of it, and I pretty much take that money and I put it back into the account, which makes content for you guys to see. So with that being said, I am about to pull a bunch of shards for the Halloween path. I drove back today from my business trip. It was a 5-hour drive-ish, and drove back. I'm going to pull these, and then I'm just going to chill and relax for the remainder of my evening. So we're going to knock this one out pretty quickly here, but I do have an intention. So when I say quickly, it may not be that quick because I do have an intention of getting the rewards down here. And it's interesting why, and I don't know if this is calculated or what, but I'm stuck with 75 of these mythical ones with no end in sight to get an additional 25. So this is an opportunity to get another 100, go for a mythical again, and do that. So this is a bad idea. Really, you should only be concerned with going for this guy. I would not be investing. You don't need the ones down here. Why am I going for them? Well, one, it gets me to here, but also I've been traveling a lot. It's very easy that I could have missed an event while I was gone. I tried to stay on top of it, but it's entirely possible I missed something, and I don't want to get to the end of this fusion and say, oh crap, I don't have enough fragments for these thorn guys, right? So I'm going to do these extra fragments and save myself on the back end and say, oh, you know what? I have all the fragments I need. I can skip this dungeon divers, or I can skip this gear ascension, or whatever the case may be, okay? So that is why I'm going in the direction that I'm going, okay? So I am going to collect these, both of them, which is an extra 4,000 that I don't need. I did rough math on it. I don't have enough sacreds, so we are probably going to have to make up for some of it with ancients. It's the last day. I don't have time to do it via dungeon divers as much as I would like. Listen up. I just got a new promo link that you can use to follow along with me on my latest free-to-play adventure and get a free Elenaril, as well as 3 more powerful epics as you level up. Here's how to do it. Log out of Plarium Play and uninstall. Click the link in the description and register with a brand new email. Launch Raid and complete the tutorial. Go to your inbox and claim your first champ. Don't miss out on your chance to get Elenaril right after signing up, as well as Fayne, Uugo, and Tagoar as you progress through Raid. Click on my link right now and let's crush this together. I have some points in the event already. I've got 4,000 points in the event, but those points are from just doing Spider to complete that tournament. So at the time of this recording, and again, I got home maybe 30 minutes ago, I haven't looked to see where I should be at regarding how many fragments towards Thorn, but I feel like I did a whole bunch and I just need to get the rest of the fragments. So I suppose we could take a look real quick here. So that's 100, that's 100. I haven't done champion training. I haven't done hero's path. This is another 100. And then, so wait, 100, 100, these plus that is 100, and then that's 100. Yeah. So I'm actually on pace, but I'm still going to go ahead and go for those because I'm going to go down that path anyways. And then I'll probably skip out on like a dungeon divers or a tournament somewhere. I keep getting gear enhancement and gear hunters mixed up, but yeah, probably skip this dungeon divers and this gear enhancement if I can, right? So just better safe than sorry for me, but again, that's a luxury that I have because of your guys' support on YouTube. So I just want to say real quick before we get started, thank you so much for supporting me. If you guys enjoy all the shard pulls and enjoy my content, the best way to support the channel is to continue watching and subscribe so that you don't miss when a video comes out. That way you guys can tune in, because really I don't get a lot. I don't stream anymore, so all the money that I make from the YouTube channel is coming in via just views. So the more views I get, the more support that I get, and the better, cooler videos. And it's been trending up too. So every month I tend to make a little bit more than the previous month, and that's directly attributed to what you guys do in watching my channel and supporting me. So I just want to say thank you so much for that. It's really been fun. I really enjoy doing it, and I want to keep doing it just as a little side gig, you know, now that I am working a real, I say real job, but you know what I mean, working a full-time job. So without any further ado, let's jump into it. I am going to pull all 11 of these sacred shards. Look, this might burn me for Leonardo, probably will, but you know, decisions have been made, and we're just going to go with it. So let's see what we get. I'm not expecting to get a lot. This is actually one of the worst time to be pulling sacred shards as well, because, oh, that's new. Mighty Uugo is new for me, and that's really good for me too. Mighty Uugo, look, I know that he's not as relevant as what he kind of used to be, but he's really, really good for me because I have the Beast Faction Unity Champ, and I never had Mighty Uugo before. So Mighty Uugo has a decreased attack on the A1. The A2 is a double hitter, and each hit has a chance to remove random buffs, then places block buffs and decrease accuracy if they have no buffs after the attack. Now, this used to work really well with the stun set. I don't know that it still does, but that was kind of what made him really, really good. Then we have a full team revive, which I currently don't have in this faction. Then increased speed on all allies for 2 turns, and it can be used if there are no dead allies. The passive has a 50% chance of stealing 1 random buff from a random enemy each time a buff is placed on the enemy team. Will only attempt to steal 1 buff for each type of buff placed simultaneously. If 3 shields are placed at the same time, only 1 random buff will be stolen. Wow, that's a really good pull for me. Plus speed in all battles by 20%. This is another block buffs champion and an increased speed champion for me for Hydra as well, albeit not on the best of cooldowns, because that's a 4-turn cooldown for a 2-turn increased speed. So I don't really like that, to be honest with you. But you also get that decreased attack. Really, if you kind of look at the kit outside of the revive, it's very Lamassu, right? Because Lamassu brings block buffs and a decreased attack on the A1 that is pretty sure it's a guaranteed a decreased attack. So Lamassu brings a better aura. Lamassu is just a little bit better, but still, for the faction, this is really good for me because I don't have a really good reviver. I think the Hippo might be my best reviver in the Skinwalker faction. And if you don't know who I'm talking about when I say the Hippo, I am talking about, I may not have a copy of her anymore, Hofaries. Hofaries is a reviver in that faction, but there aren't that many other revivers, at least not ones that I'm super familiar with. So getting Mighty Uugo is really good to pair with my Bolent Freewalker. I've made a ton of videos on this guy. I love this guy so much for Arena especially, but that increased speed and the reviving that comes out of Mighty Uugo could help me improve my beast only team quite a bit. So that's truly very exciting for me in the game. So okay, well, always happy to get a new legendary. I was saying this is kind of the worst time to pull a legendary or to pull shards because you can't, obviously there's no 2x, but there's also no bonus right now to kind of target a specific summon, which is sometimes nice when you're pulling these shards during events like this. It's nice to be able to say, well, I'm also targeting this champion I really, really want. So I'm not talking about too many of the epics because I do think we're going to be pulling quite a few ancient shards on top of this. We're going to see where we're at after this, and then that's probably going to be the only legendary that we get, but it was a good one in the sense that it's new to the account. Always nice to get new. Hey, speaking of the Hippo, right? They said, hey, you wanted a reviver for beasts? Here, we'll give you 2. All right, we are down to the last sacred. It would be cool to get another legendary, but I don't think we will. Yeah, like I thought. And it's a husk. So, as far as points go, if I take a quick look, 53,000. So we're not that far off from the total that I estimated. What I'm going to do, because my math is not the best, I'm going to go ahead and go through and click on all of these off camera, and then I'll come back and see how many more shards, if any, that we want to pull. So be right back. I will put the mythical pull in, or the mythical fragments, or whatever you want to call them, pull in this as well. Okay, so I did a little bit of math here. We are down the hero's path. I actually went the wrong way here. I wanted to get the Mortal Soul Stone, but you can see we have, no, you can't. So we have 7,700 points right now. We need 15,000 to get these mythical materials. So I did the math on that, and it's about 25 ancient shards. So let's go ahead and pull. We'll probably just pull 30. Let's see if we get anything. I won't be surprised if we get a rare tax. We are kind of high. Not like we're not going to pop on Mercy or anything, but we are, you know, we do have some into Mercy on Ancients. So all we're really doing here is building up that Mercy a little bit better, which is nice for those double legendary events. Back to back, back to back. It turns out we need exactly 5 more. Let me make a little bit of room and be right back. All right, I made a little bit of room. We can do another 10 pull here. A little nervous. I think my math might have been off a smidge. I think I may have overvalued in my head what the ancient shards were worth. No, that should be about right. So, yeah, we're at 16,000, and this allows me to make up for that one little mistake as well. So we'll go ahead and pop these. We get those Radiant Sun Lilies. And then, oh, nope, I'm still just enough to go for the substat and get the Mortal Soul Stone there. That was 1,500 points. And now, you can't see it, but we have 200 points left, so I'm content with that. Let's go ahead and end the video and see, was it worth it? What I love about doing this is that it can just simply prove to you guys to not follow in my footsteps, right? This is the best way for people to see, like, man, I'm so glad I didn't do that, right? Because when they don't get the mythical, so which we didn't get, we did get the Last Laugh amulet, which I'm actually really intrigued by. Whereas a 30% chance to activate a delay effect when receiving fatal damage, it's a 3-turn cooldown. I am actually interested. That was one that I was very intrigued by, that it might be a possibility to use. Of course, the epic materials give me a rare, you know, because that makes a ton of sense. Okay, well, at least we got Mighty Uugo, a champion that was really, really meta a year ago. Learn from my mistakes.